We are at round 6 of the SXCS at Whisper and Willow Farms in Burlington, West Virginia. Round 6 is a cross-country event. I am lined up on the 40A plus.
Senior A, Super Senior A, Vet A lineup
This is
here.
the last race of the SXCS 21-22 season. I am on my 2020 Beta 430RR race. It's not the best starter. And now I get to choke on some dust. The SXCS laid out a 7-mile loop. It was supposed to rain all weekend. It rained a little bit Friday. On Saturday we had a trail ride and a pit bike race. It rained, basically sprinkled a little bit right before the pit bike race, and just as this race was getting started, it sprinkled. Basically it sprinkled enough just to get on my camera. Jacked up my camera for a little bit, but I'll get that cleared off. I'm going to give you one full lap. The way the SXCS runs their cross-country event, they have a morning event. Well, first they have the youth. In the adult races, they have a morning hour-and-a-half race for the C class, the vintage, and some of the ladies. And then after that, they have the afternoon race, which is the A class and the B class. And that's where we're at. I'm following Chris Healy. He's in my class. Main thing is not to get out here and do something stupid right off the bat. I haven't ate or drank the entire morning. We'll get into that a little bit more later. I did make a pass on him coming up the hill and one other guy. Unfortunately, that doesn't last very long. I made a adjustment on my front brake, and I was, well, basically having issues all day with it. So after I got done taking care of my dirt sample, I decided to get up and try to keep it off the ground. Yesterday, as I was mentioning, they had a trail ride. AW got a new bike. I was able to gear up before the pit bike race and get out there and run a couple laps during the trail ride with AW. I was feeling pretty good. Completely forgot all about my bum leg. And this morning, the morning of this race, I decided I was going to take my jeans off, get a pair of shorts on. Went to throw my boots on, and I jacked my knee up putting my boots on. It's so embarrassing. But I mostly was going to try to just get to the finish line. As I mentioned, I haven't ate or drank anything this morning. I woke up with my belly just roaring. Couldn't stay out of the bathroom. Hoping that I could get 2 hours of racing without having to stop and go hide behind a bush somewhere. But we had an awesome layout on the track. It was a little dusty on this side of the road. We will be crossing the road a couple times. Sorry about the dirt on the camera. I didn't realize that the water drops was collecting dust. I do get that wiped off. But we will get you a full lap here. Not a lot of action as far as passing after this first lap. When you have a afternoon race and everybody's pretty fast, you really don't get a lot of passing going on. I do slow down at the end of the day. I get passed a few times. Unfortunately, the battery's dead, or fortunately for me, the battery is dead. So I don't have to show everybody passing me. Well, we're getting ready to cross the road here. Then we'll cross the road again. This last year was an afternoon only section. This is pretty flowy property anyways, but if you're a dirt biker, you love coming out here and racing on property that's only seen dirt bikes, and actually this part of the track hasn't even seen too many dirt bikes. So we come up here and rip through some fresh trail. We don't have to worry about no four-wheeler ruts. Come ripping across the ridge of the property. There was a couple roots right there that kind of scared me, so I went down below that little half tree. Austin is now behind me. He started on the road behind me, so with me fiddling around, eating some dirt and trying to figure out my bike a little bit, he's caught up with me already. But he was telling me that I don't know why you went down there. There's a perfectly good line above that tree, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But once I get out here, I totally missed it. If you look above the tree that has the arrow, there's a line right straight through there. I missed it the entire day. I usually like finding good lines, but I missed that for sure. At this point, well, here I jack up. That looked like a pretty sweet line that I made, but actually I blew the turn. I'm still trying to figure out what's up with my front brakes. But at this point in time, I hear somebody yelling behind me. I told Austin when he catches me, because I knew I wasn't going to be up to speed on this day. I look back and I see he's behind me, so I want to find a decent spot for him to get around. Don't want to mess his race up. Come back across the road. That's about a 1 mile of fresh track. Get over there. Goes Austin, my cousin. He's part of the Trail Seeker crew or team. Little creek jump. Last race, this was the quickest line, but that time there's a root hidden in there somewhere. So the rest of the day, I just did the normal creek jump. Or well, it's not really even a jump. Just went through the creek the rest of the day. There's a few sections of this race we raced earlier this year. Actually, at the end of last year. Dirt is prime, but over here it got a little mushy. Got some ruts with some mud that was a little slimy, but that was about the worst of the mud. These woods are so open, it's pretty fast. Had to watch out for the occasional root try to jump up and grab you. Did remember a few lines from the race last year. This coming up was one of them that I found. I don't know how much faster it was, but it's definitely smoother. I think there was another one right here. Doesn't appear to be too much faster, but I still see Austin up there making passes. Austin is running the Open B class, and unfortunately for him, this will be the last year for Austin to be able to be in the B class. He's pretty much dominating every race. He's running the SXCS. He'll get the championship today in the Open B. US Sprint Enduro. He's got a pretty good battle going on there, and the GNCC Open B. He's got a pretty good chance of winning that championship if he can hold it together. So he'll be moving up to the OA class next year. I'm not really running the old 430. Oh wow, finally pulled the tear off for you. Got that dust off the camera. I'm not really running the old 430 too hard. I do still have a jacked up knee. I was hoping to be able to run like as if I didn't have a jacked up knee. I'm tired of taking it easy, but there's a log right here. I get over it just fine this time, but I think it's actually the third lap I go over it. I see the go around. I knew the go around was there from us going out and doing a trail ride, but the log was no big deal. But I slowed down just enough to where I didn't get my front wheel up over it. It slid me sideways. I threw my foot down to catch myself on that log, and basically after that I was not able to stand up the rest of the day. So there's pretty much 2 to 3 laps of sitting down, and this got very choppy. And let me just tell you, my little booty was sore at the end of this day. But I do make it to the finish. A little line here. I don't know how much faster it really was. It will carry your speed, but had to go a little slow into it because I didn't want to lose the front end. I do finish today. I think I finished 15th overall. I did win my class. I did actually end up winning the SXCS championship. That was one of the reasons why I did not get my leg fixed just as soon as I jacked it up. I was ahead in points on this series, and also the pit bike race. Those are the 2 reasons why I did not get my leg fixed yet. Also, I didn't want to be on crutches trying to get Heidi to the track. She's in the points lead for the US Sprint Enduro. So in order to help get her to the races and stuff, we'll just get this race series over with, and then we got a few vacations to get taken care of, and we'll get this whole leg fixed up. That way I'll have to use some other excuse when I don't do very well at the races. Had an absolutely 100% had a blast this year racing with Heidi, Austin. We still have a couple US Sprint Enduros. Make sure you come check it out at Powerline Hill, or Powerline, no, High Voltage. It's the GNCC High Voltage property. That will be May 28th and 29th, just over on the other side of the river from Morgantown, West Virginia. If you haven't done a US Sprint Enduro, make sure you check it out. I struggled in this area for some reason. I was able to make my left hand turns, but my right hand turns I got jacked up. I'm going to do the next race, the US Sprint Enduro, I'm going to focus on maybe getting this thing to turn a little better. There's a bar to bar tree section there. I'm going to roll my bars back a little further. I'm going to slide my forks up in the triple clamps a little bit. I love this bike, but for some odd reason I just can't get it to cut very well. So it's time to start messing with it, trying to get it to turn a little better. It could just be me. I have never been very good in ruts, turns. I don't know that I'm very good at anything other than getting to the finish. Came back across the road. This property has a road that divides Dave Redmond's property. This is the same side that we had to dust on mile 1. So now we're coming back across the same piece of property, and you can just tell the difference. The road like divides the property. One side is loamy dirt. This side is like you're riding through a desert. Had a unique little line here. I'd cut the corner like over the roots and then over the roots. I think that was a little faster, but at the end of the day, when I was getting tired and my booty was sore, I just did what everybody else did. It seemed easier. A couple roots there was a little scary. If you raced this race, leave a comment. Let us know how you liked the race layout of the property. In case this is your first time watching one of our videos, we are Trail Seeker Adventures. We bring the camera, which means a GoPro, stick it on the bike for ourselves, and we try to get information so you know what a race event or a ride park's all about. Bring that video. I sat here on a couch and edit for days so you can have 20 minutes of video to see if this is a race event or a ride park or hiking trail. Anything that has to do with trail, we are there, we're doing it, and we bring it to you so you can see if it's something you're interested in doing. We're coming down through, this is afternoon only, hill climb. It was pretty fun to rip up this hill. Makes you feel like you're a little bit fast, but then I felt pretty slow coming back down it. There's a little ravine we come down through. Had some leaves still left in it. Now we're jumping back onto the track, and we'll be coming into the finish. This is the only field section that we had, which I was okay with, because as I was saying, I suck in the fields. But yeah, we try to get the video out there so you can, we've been like snowshoe, downhill mountain biking, snowboarding, been down south, Croom Motorcycle Park. Check it out, see if there's any location that you would like to take your bike. We're coming into the finish. Heidi's there taking pictures. That's lap 1. One good thing about the SXCS having a morning class and an afternoon class, I can watch Heidi out there ripping up the track, and then she can come out and watch me try to get around the track. Now we're coming, this is, you have already seen this, we're coming down, we'll jump across the creek. And now basically I'm just going to throw out some video clips. Like that was a new line that I seen on, I missed it on lap 1. And the very few people that I got to pass, if I have video of it, I'll throw it on here. Some roots here you gotta watch out for. Chris did finish second on this day in my class. I did have a new line to the left right there. I think I'll show that to you later on. That's okay, where I was following him for a full lap. He had a pretty good pace. I'm not sure who he was. I think he was in the 30A class. Cool little section in the woods here. Roll back and forth across this ravine. Maybe this adjustment seems to be a little better line up the hill. If you like dirt bikes or trails, we haven't gotten out to hike as much as we used to, but we do have some. There's Mr. Mike Cheney letting me know. He said I was 15 overall. Pretty much is where I stayed the entire day. Something as I was mentioning, I got out and was able to rip a couple laps with AW, and the bike felt perfect, no problems. I did change my tire on my front wheel, but it felt jacked up from back across the road. Let me know. I'm not sure what he was saying. I thought he was telling me I was 6th overall, but obviously that was not true. He held up 6 fingers. I knew I wasn't 6th in my class because they weren't 6th in the class. But the bike felt kind of funky for some reason. The front end didn't feel right. I had some soft front brake issues. I did bleed the brakes and adjust the lever out a little bit so it wasn't so close to the bar, but for some odd reason it was like I had to reach my little short stubby fingers all the way out there, and it just, I don't know, it just messed me up a little bit. Come back in for lap number 2, getting ready to go on lap 3. This is my dual sport, and if you've been hearing me blow my horn, that's why. There's Heidi taking some more pictures. She gets some awesome pictures out there. But I don't know how legal a horn is on a bike, but this is that new line I came up with, which isn't nothing new. But I beep at people around, get people cheering, friends and family. Came up with a new little line right here. Definitely was a little quicker, although I wrecked right here on the very last lap, right in front of AW and the whole crew. And the reason why I wrecked is because there was a big hole there and I was trying to avoid it. Let that be, here also I'll fall over. I almost fall over there the next lap. I'm not sure what is in that rut that's causing me issues. I did notice there's a little stump there, but I don't know. But here I think is where I jack my leg up more. Come down through here, I see the line to the right, and I'm like, I should just take that. Nah, let's go. And I throw my foot down. I think I cry about it for a lap or two, but I don't stand up the rest of the day. But yeah, this is my dual sport. I got a headlight I throw on it, throw my license plates on it, and Heidi and I, we go explore back country. She has a KTM 250 that she used to race and now is her dual sport. I learned my lesson not to go over the log. I want to thank everybody that was cheering me on. Definitely, well, basically what that was is my front end slid out and I was not going to put my leg down to catch myself, so I just fell over. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. You can do so by pushing the subscribe button in the middle of the page. Thank you.